The body is a great indicator, and it tells a story through movement. So, what forms of movement are we talking about? Firstly, we can look at functional movement. Literally, there's rotation of the neck to turn the head, or the extension of the elbow to reach out. All fundamental movements are rotations, depending on the location and number of pivots, and whether they are connected or not. The movements are varied and niche. The afterimage of rotation in its various shapes evokes the idea of physical movement. When this physical movement actually happens, what does it look like, how, and why? Think of tightrope walking. When the clown is on the tightrope, the swing is transmitted through his feet. He bends his knees to catch the recoil, and at the same time he creates a bridge with his hand and fan to balance himself. The audience witnessing this remarkable movement applauds. The crowd may have been moving for this applause. Here I wonder, is movement not just a mechanically causally studiable object, but also an act of will? In March 2014, artists Amy Spears and Catherine Ryan staged their work in progress, Nothing to See Here, as part of Melbourne's Festival of Live Art. During the 45-minute performances, the audience becoming performers were directed, herded, divided, expelled or corralled and denied any possibility of free assembly or movement by the uniformed controllers. The performance was inspired by Jake Rancière's idea that political order is maintained not just by repression, but by controlling visibility and movement in public spaces. Another form of social control is in the smallest, most unexpected movement. It starts with the screen. From here you can see and share everything, and everyone can see you at the same time. You may relate to someone's work, or you may feel uncomfortable. Don't worry, you can simply press back or dislike to stop watching. Then the observer who's watching your movement will show you what you liked before, what you like, and what you will like in the future. And you may get used to that favor because you can avoid things that you don't like, and most of all, you will be comfortable. However, I had a question about my movements. Are the things I'm seeing now really what I desire? Are we moving under control? How can we move away from the mechanisms of control in public spaces by manipulating graphics? Those in control use tools called AI to manipulate people. So let's play a little trick on AI. Dots covering words and text reproduced in raw quality with distortion cannot be read by AI, which is programmed in a certain way. Let's distort images. Digitized as zeros and ones, images are made up of pixels. And we can smash the pixels like this, or like this. Finally, we need movement to input all this text and images. Because with digital, we were actually communicating with movement. Let's try to move away from their control. This is not to say that we shouldn't use the internet to avoid being under-controlled. It's to inform you that we need to hack the internet to maintain our autonomy. This is probably quite temporary. The key is to be aware of whether the movements we make are being manifested by our own will or not. We live in an amazing ecosystem of movement. Through our movements, we are constantly changing the world, which in turn changes the beings in it. And in this moving world, I am a designer who explores how we can recognize and break free from the control that takes place within it, which is often of a fixed nature. Are you moving of your own will?